Good morning guys and welcome to another vlog. It's 5 a.m. right now and I feel very stupid because it is winters but there's no concept of winters in Mumbai, of course. So we are going on a long nice drive in this beautiful looking car, the Skoda Kushaq Monte Carlo, which is the best car in the segment because it offers stellar performance, great ride and handling balance, and it's very safe too. So with this long drive, I'm not only going to enjoy this car but also going to eat something really unique. Let's go. Leaving super early in the morning helps me beat all the traffic while also enjoying the sunrise. Yeah, I was still sleep deprived, but nothing that a cup of tea can't cure. I'm really enjoying the drive. The roads are relatively free, but in the morning I encountered a lot of truck traffic and truck drivers are all over the place. They drive in the rightmost lane, so you either sit and honk or you just overtake from the left, and then occasionally the road conditions become terrible. In fact, there are off-road patches which you have to cross all of a sudden. Thankfully the Kushaq has good amount of ground clearance, but then there's a diversion which pops out of nowhere. So the roads might be good and the roads might be relatively empty right now, but they're not really very safe, which means that you need a very safe car on Indian roads, and I am in good hands because the Skoda Kushaq has got 5-star rating from Global NCAP, not only in terms of adult protection but also in terms of child protection, and obviously with the good build quality, it is very reassuring to drive this car. I can actually be very confident on Indian roads even when I know that there's going to be a surprise coming my way anytime. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, hazard lights off, revving the motor, and off we go into sport mode, and here we are. Where do you find such roads? Don't ask me. I actually hunted for this one, and trust me, it's completely worth it because the car is so much fun to drive on such roads. For starters, this is powered by a 1.5 litre engine, which is the TSI Evo 4-cylinder motor, which produces 150 horsepower and 250 Newton meters of torque. Yes, it is class leading in terms of output numbers, and it is the fastest accelerating car in the segment, going from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 9.5 seconds, which is very quick. And because the handling is so, oh look at that little bit of wheel spin, because the handling is so good, it's so much fun to drive this car on such roads. Of course, brakes also very nice, quite strong and very sure-footed as well. And over these bumps you don't feel much because the ride quality is also very nice. So body roll is very well contained, and this is a car which feels just so good to drive. Now of course they have a smaller 1 litre 3-cylinder engine which does not feel like a 3-cylinder at all because the refinement levels are fantastic. The refinement here is just stupendous, plus that engine really pushes way above its weight because it produces 115 horsepower and 178 Newton meters of torque. It has punchy performance. This one is so much fun to drive, it's unbelievable. The steering is also quite good in terms of offering good amount of feel and feedback as well. It's a joy to drive this car. And if you're worrying about fuel efficiency, don't fret because this car has got, or rather this engine has got something known as cylinder deactivation technology, which shuts 2 out of the 4 cylinders to boost fuel efficiency when on lighter loads. So if you're not throttling very hard like how I am right now, well, it will come to 2-cylinder mode, which is quite interesting. So I'm driving in sport mode. If I want a quick downshift, well, I can obviously rely on the DSG gearbox to give me that, or obviously I can use the paddles as well because they're also very responsive. The engine does sound nice towards the higher end of the rev range, and this is a car which maintains high speeds without any issue. In spite of the fact that there's good amount of ground clearance, there is absolutely no issue when it comes to why not take it off the beaten path, which is the road less traveled, and there's no issue at all because the ride is so good. And then obviously there's decent amount of ground clearance as well, which means I can actually comfortably go from here. In fact, I can just go wherever I feel like because I know the car will not have any issues whatsoever. And you know what? I'm doing all this because it's going to be totally worth it. Yeah, no problems, no struggles, just smooth way to reach our destination, which is right ahead. Oh my god, I can already see it's so beautiful. So I just took this small diversion to come to this very location because the lake looks beautiful, the car looks beautiful, I look okay, whatever. Anyways, the Kushaq has always been a good looking car, and in Monte Carlo, guys, it looks even better with this red paint job, red colored brake calipers, and this black finishing which has been done all across. But for me personally, the alloy wheels are just gorgeous. Dare I say it, they look delicious. They are very similar to the ones which we have seen on the Octavia RS245. I just love the design. The interior is just as sporty as the exterior. You've got a lot of red bits which look quite nice, and the Kushaq's cabin has always been a nice place to be in. Plenty of features, good amount of space, and this Monte Carlo edition also has Monte Carlo written on the headrest. The Kushaq Monte Carlo also gets a fully digital instrument cluster which again gets the red theme, again very sporty. Heard that sound? Proper thud like a tank. Anyways, I'm sitting in the rear seat of the Kushaq, and let me tell you, there's good amount of space for someone as tall as me, and thankfully every passenger actually gets a head because all the headrests of this car are actually adjustable, including the one right here in the center. The seats are also very comfortable for longer journeys. As I started exploring around this place, I realized there was just so much fun to be had by going off the beaten path. But unfortunately, my stomach started to make noises. So I headed to India's first grey-proof restaurant where they only serve one dish, misal pav. Now I'm a big fan of misal pav, but funnily enough, I can't take spices. Thankfully, they serve it with jalebi and lassi, and I kind of liked the food, probably because I was just too hungry. It wasn't wow though. However, the atmosphere and the vibe of this place made this big detour worth it, and I was quickly back on the road. Well, it is 4 PM right now, which means that I have been on the road for 11 hours in the Skoda Kushaq, which has performed exceptionally well because I have driven it through the city, out on the highway, and through the ghat section as well, which means that I've encountered roads, off-road, and no roads too. The ride and handling balance is just something else, and the performance really blows your mind. And this is a very safe car too. For me, driving is essential. However, coming to such locations is something which I really look forward to because it gives me a lot of peace. I mean, just look at the view. Isn't it awesome? Now, I've had a lot of fun, but there's a lot more fun to be had because I have to drive back 200 kilometers to Mumbai. You enjoy the view. If you like this video, make sure to give it the thumbs up. That's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel.